Hello everyone, my name is Marshall Becker. I am the Internet Manager at Schwan Buick here in Mandan, North Dakota, and I wanted to take a moment out of my day to introduce you guys to the all-new Buick Regal Sportback. As you guys may be aware, Regal has been a staple in the Buick lineup here for a while now, a couple generations, and just this year in 2018 they did completely redesign it, so it is an all-new, doesn't share anything with the past one. And underneath that redesign, Buick went ahead and introduced 3 different models under there as well. So what I'm standing in front of here is the Sportback. They also have the Tour X, which is going to be a wagon version of this, and then the Regal GS, which is a staple to the Grand Sport heritage in the Buick lineup. So if you look at Buick's history, they've introduced a couple vehicles that have held that Grand Sport or those titles that really create that performance. But more on the Sportback, since that's what I'm going to be focusing on today, since that's what I currently have. We should see a Regal Tour X here shortly, but at the moment all I have are a couple Sportbacks. So why is it called a Sportback? Well, when Buick was redesigning this, they had to think of something that would, reinvigorate the sedan market. In the world of SUVs, things like that, they wanted to do something special for their sedans, kind of something different that hasn't been done. So when they were looking at it, redesigning, they found they really liked the functionality of a hatchback. So you are able to give you're able to give more headroom in the second row, as well as considerably more cargo space. But as they were designing them, they just didn't necessarily like the look of a hatchback, where it's pretty much a mini SUV with the straight down cut pretty much there. So what they introduced is the Sportback. It is a hatchback, so it opens up, the hinge is right above the rear window, and it opens up and it gives this idea that there is still a trunk, but there's not. So that's kind of a handy feature. On the Sportback too, any of the trim levels, so Buick did decide to stick with its conventional naming system. So you have the Regal, which is going to be the standard. Then there's going to be Preferred 2, and then Essence. Those are going to be the different trim options. And you can see that kind of carried throughout Buick's lineup. So it's the same in the Encore, the Envision, the Enclave, and the LaCrosse. It doesn't matter what trim level you have, you are all going to get a 2.0 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder in this that is producing 250 horsepower. And before you start really getting concerns with it being a 4-cylinder versus a 6-cylinder, that 2.0 liter turbo is the same engine they use in the Envision, which you can maybe see right behind me here in that row there, which is Buick's mid-sized SUV. So you can see when it is the same engine that is powering a SUV, putting it in something light as their Regal Tour X, or Regal Sportback, is going to be, more than enough. It is actually quite surprising of the performance to get up and go. And then on top of that, you have 2 different transmission options. So if it's a front-wheel drive, you're going to get a 9-speed transmission, and in this one, which is all-wheel drive, you are going to get an 8-speed transmission. So still great fuel economy with that 4-cylinder, and the gears go ahead and give it a nice, smooth, and very quick ride too. But that's kind of the standard features that are across all of them. I am going to be focusing on just the Essence today, since that's what I have in front of me, as well as I just want to highlight what is all available in the Sportback, and that is the best there. But if you have any questions about anywhere from the base Regal to the Preferred to Preferred 2, kind of what the different packages, feel free to jump on our website or Buick's website directly, or if you want to talk to a person one-on-one, feel free to give us a call, email, leave a comment in the description of this video, and I'll reach out to you. Kind of what you get in the Essence package. So the Essence package is where you're going to get your full leather seats, heated, both driver and passenger. You're going to get a heated steering wheel. You're going to get the 4G LTE built into it, so that Wi-Fi hotspot, your rear vision camera, a lot of those, features that are standard. And then on top of that, what you have 4 different packages that go under that. So the first package you have the option to add is going to be your Driver Confidence 1, where that one kind of focuses on pretty much what we like to say is that one focuses on your safety from everything behind you. It does also include some interior comfort features like memory seat functionality. It does include the lumbar support, so a 4-way lumbar control, both driver and passenger. It is going to include, the memory, I said memory seat function, wireless charging, and that. It also then, on top of what's behind it, which I will cover here, and this is actually one of the easiest ways to look to see if it has that Driver Confidence Package 1, is going to be the headlights, because you actually upgrade from the halogen that are standard to LED. So, and they're auto leveling, so they have a lot brighter, you can see the road a lot better, as well as just kind of a little gimmick. You can walk up to it, it does a little light show with the lights kind of programmed in there. So they last longer, they're brighter, you can see the road. And then, so other than those kind of things, what it is covering behind you. So you get your side blind zone detection. So you'll see here in the mirror, there's that little icon that is letting you know that there's somebody in your blind spot, or if you turn on your blinker and somebody is there, it is going to give you a notification as well. On top of that, you are getting your rear parking sensors, so backing up to something, it does have those sonic sensors that'll beep if you're getting too close, as well as cross traffic. So you're in a parking spot, backing out, somebody comes along, you're going to be able to, it's going to give you a little notification from which direction that traffic is coming on that backup camera. The second package you have the option is going to be Driver Confidence Package 2. So that you have to have Confidence Package 1, of course, to get number 2. But what that adds on is your security towards the front. So the first one is going to be your front pedestrian braking. So if you're going, I believe it's 18 miles an hour or less, and it senses there is a pedestrian, it is going to hit the brakes, helping you lessen that impact. That paired with kind of a little bit of German technology taken from its GM's sister company over in Germany, Opel, which actually is the platform this came from. It has a hinge here that will actually shoot a pin, so your hood will actually raise about 6 inches or so. That will then lessen that impact if you do actually hit a pedestrian. So on top of that, you also have, what it's going to do is it's going to add a camera right here behind the mirror. It'll watch the lanes of the road, add that lane departure warning or lane keep assist. So you're driving down the road, after you're going over 40 miles an hour, if it senses you're drifting out of your lane, it's actually going to put a nudge in the steering wheel. And if you get basically half the vehicle is out of that lane, it will notify you as well that you're out of the lane. It also, through that camera, is going to have adaptive cruise control, which is a very nice feature that we're starting to see come out in most of the redesigned models as they're coming out. Most of them have that feature. You set the cruise for 65, you come over the hill, somebody's going 60 or 55, your vehicle will automatically slow down to keep that gap. So just a couple handy features for pretty much things ahead of you with that Driver Confidence 1. Or number 2. The next package is going to be your Sights and Sound package. What that is really it's just the Bose upgrades package. You're going to get an 8-inch touchscreen instead of the 7-inch. You're going to get 8-speaker premium Bose. So what that does is it actually adds a subwoofer, just a small subwoofer in the rear, so you get a little bit better sound quality throughout. And then the last package is going to be your interior protection. So it's going to come with your all-weather floor mats and then a cargo liner. So those are the 4 different packages. So you can see the main ones are just deciding if you want Driver Confidence 1 or Driver Confidence 2, or if you don't want them at all. But they are very handy features. So that's kind of it for the general package layout of them. I'd love to answer any more questions, set up a time for you guys to test drive them. They are a fantastic car, especially with that all-wheel capability. Up here in North Dakota, that is definitely something that has become a necessity almost. But yeah, I'd love to have an opportunity to introduce it to you guys in person. I love this car, and I look forward to seeing you down here. Have a good day.